Hi, my name is Chris Best, and I left my 25-year corporate career to ride motorcycles and tell stories. And this time, that adventure brings me, and unfortunately, Hurricane Ian, to Myrtle Beach. We were expecting the roar of motorcycles and the excitement of Myrtle Beach's fall rally, but instead, we got the roar of hurricane force winds and the excitement that comes with all of that as well. That's where we start this week's episode of the Biker Dad Show, so let's roll. On this episode, bikers ride out an historic hurricane.
Piers floating by, the water was probably knee deep.
Did that mean a complete washout for Myrtle Beach's fall rally? People are making the best of it. People are making the best of it and at least enjoying the beautiful disaster that is Ian. And we're not clowning around. If you are looking for the perfect bike for Halloween, this is, well, it. A behind-the-scenes look at Thunder Road's centerfold shoot. And when I didn't listen to my friend and master tech Neil's advice, like right here, just came back from a long trip. As you can see, the evidence on my saddlebags, it was not without its issues. I paid the price, and so did my bags.
My entire bag came off.
A cautionary tale that'll show you to always listen to the experts. Have you ever sat at your job and thought, what if I just got up and left? Tell that horrible boss to take this job and shove it. Have you ever wanted to just walk out? What about burnout? Well, that's exactly what I did, but I didn't just quit. I left my 25-year corporate career to ride motorcycles and tell your story. Daytona Beach, Florida, where you can actually drive onto the beach. Rick Fairless, a legend of his own, introduced me to Richard Rollins, Mayfield, Kentucky, Southeast Missouri, beautiful city of Knoxville, Tennessee, Gulf Coast of Mississippi, Florida coast and the Tampa Bay area, Orange County Choppers, Roadhouse and Museum, talking to Paul Tuttle Sr. himself. But make no mistake, this is not a show about motorcycles or even about me. Instead, I travel across the country to meet the people who use their passion for motorcycles to make their communities stronger, safer, and better. This is Biker Dad. So bike week in Myrtle Beach is up, but people are making the best of it. People are making the best of it and at least enjoying the beautiful disaster that is Ian. Unfortunately, we are not getting a hit as hard as they did in Florida. So this is really just a spectacle for everybody. And we may not be able to ride, we may not be able to hang out at the Beaver Bar, but everybody is hanging out here and watching it all go down.
I thought I was going to be laying on the beach. And the beach is laying on the beach.
But, I mean, you've noticed from Japan to other continents, water, as tumultuous as it is, that's life. And so we love it.
I'm Tabitha Martin. I'm from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Thought I'd be really freaking out, but it's actually kind of neat to watch. Right now, I might feel different here in a little while, but it kind of scary because don't really know what to expect. Seen some things where roads are flooded and everything. See the surge coming in now. So we're just going to ride it out and hope for the best.
Although Ian devastated Florida, by the time it made landfall again in South Carolina, it had been weakened to a Category 1. Still pretty dangerous, but at the beginning of the storm, it just meant a fun watch party for everybody there on the beach, most of whom had never seen anything like this close up.
My name's Alan Wilson, and this is Alton Joyner. We're from Greenville, North Carolina. We got down here on Wednesday, so we kind of rode it out yesterday. We stayed down at the Garden City Inn, and we were up on the second floor, and more or less we saw all the piers floating by. The water was probably knee deep across the road from us, but we felt pretty safe where we were.
But when things got really hairy, the hotel staff locked it all down and made everybody go inside, especially when tornado warnings started popping up. You could hear the wind whipping through the hotel. After a few hours in lockdown, listening to that haunting whistle, the imminent danger was gone and the sun started to peek out, so we went out on the beach to check it out. We're here in Myrtle Beach and things seem to be clearing up just a little bit. It got a little hairy there for a while. We even had a tornado warning and the hotel staff here on the beach made us all going inside. It was a bit crazy because the whole building was whistling from the wind during that tornado warning and just droned like that for hours. But now people are back on the beach, at least momentarily. You can see the beach is all covered in sea foam and people are walking through that and checking it out. It does look like there's another band of rain that's going to come out here and hit us here in a little bit. And the wind is still kicking it up here. It seems like it's at least 30 miles per hour still here at Myrtle Beach. We're over here at the Hilton right on the beach, and just down the way you can see their deck, part of it got washed away by the storm. We actually saw stairs floating down the beach a little while ago from another place where they broke off somewhere. The big thing for me here, I'm here for Myrtle Beach's Fall Bike Rally, which obviously that's had a huge damper put on it. I talked to somebody who told me their friend had actually invested everything they had into a food truck to put at one of the big biker bars here, and he's going to be devastated. So even without any major damage, which we're still yet to see what kind of damage is here, it is an economic disaster for some of the people here in Myrtle Beach.
It has so much nice weather, and then it comes right down here to Bike Week, and we get 4 days of rain and a hurricane, no doubt. My name is Scott Britt, 17 Customs, Little River, South Carolina. Well, it's a pre-owned motorcycle store. We also build some customs. I've built in customs my entire life. I think some of the people will hold out for it. We're still going to have bike nights night at Captain Archie's, and Saturday the sun's going to come back out. I think we'll have a good day Saturday, and hopefully the people will stay in town and last through this.
I'm Dan Hill from Strip Club Choppers. Strip Club Choppers, next year, we've been around for 20 years. It's basically a clothing and apparel company these days. I think it's affected it the whole week. I think there's a lot of people that didn't come, so it's been kind of a slow rally. Thursday, we shut down. Spent the day shutting down, getting ready for the hurricane. Wasn't much business Thursday. Friday was a washout. Set up this morning, and hopefully we have a good today and tomorrow. It's beautiful weather.
Those who did weather the storm and stick around for the weekend were rewarded.
My name is Russell Wilson. I live in Conway, South Carolina. It turned out nice today. I thought it was going to be cold today, but it's warming up pretty quick.
We had 2 days down here that was decent, which actually we're going to have 3. That's better than none.
It's been a great time. I mean, if you look around, there's not a whole lot of bikes down here this year, but still, it's been a great time.
Bikers are busy across the country rolling out to do good in their communities. Here's a quick look at some of the things that happened recently across the country.
Guys, let's go.
In Orange Beach, Alabama, a group called the Marshalls marshaled in a patriotic weekend called Freedom Fest.
I appreciate people turning out for this thing today. We always try and help the community because it's important. We got to take care of each other. Bikers always take care of the community.
The 3-day weekend was full of motorcycles, cars, and concerts, and a whole lot of just plain old red, white, and blue. The ride raised more than $4,000 for Youth Reach Gulf Coast. In Horseheads, New York, more red, white, and blue bikers. The annual Troop Ride, sponsored by UpstateBikerLawyer.com, who also sponsors the Biker Dad Show in upstate New York.
A lot of bikes here already. All these bikes are coming in at a fast clip. They may have 300 or 400 bikes here today. Raising money for our troops up in Fort Drum.
Well, I am the ride coordinator for the Troop Ride. This is the 15th annual year. We are raising money to support the USO in Fort Drum.
Evening of Saturday, May 9th, the city of Hattiesburg lost two of the city's finest in a senseless act of violence. Officers Benjamin Dean and LaCorey Tate were shot and killed in the line of duty.
In Hattiesburg, Mississippi, a large group of bikers rolled out to celebrate the lives of two who gave all. Officers Benjamin Dean and LaCorey Tate were shot in the line of duty back in May. The bikers in Hattiesburg rolled out for the Dean Tate End of Watch Memorial Ride. Officer Tate's little brother even rode along, taking his first ride ever on a motorcycle. In the Chicago area, gearing up for the annual and huge toy ride.
Hi everybody, Jean from Motorcycle Safety Lawyers, and we're here at the Toys for Tots South Side kickoff party for the annual motorcycle parade. It's December 4th. It's the world's largest motorcycle parade.
Now here's the Biker Dad Bike of the Week. Bike of the Week. This week's Bike of the Week is right up my alley. I just love this bike. Jess is here to talk to us about this Deluxe. Tell me first of all what makes it a Deluxe.
Okay, so the Softail Deluxe is essentially one of the most classic motorcycles that Harley makes. I mean, typically when people think of Harley Davidson, they think of like more along the lines of Deluxe, Heritage, Road King. It's just got, like you said, that timeless kind of style to it. The cool thing about this one is it has all kinds of stuff added, and the best way that I can cover this, and I'm not going to be able to cover everything, is start from the front to the back.
First off, what year is this? And this is a pre-owned, right?
Yeah, it's a 2020 model. First thing I want to talk about is all the chrome on the motorcycle, right? Starting from, you know, the chrome forks and the custom wheel on there. He threw some white wall tires on there. The white on the motorcycle itself is beautiful. He's also got the Legend suspension in the front, the flush gas cap. One of the cool things about that is it kind of makes the motorcycle look sleek. He's got the S&S breather on here. It's beautiful. It's definitely beautiful. It's worth coming down here even just looking at. But I think the true decision here is really taking that test ride.
Yeah, and a couple of things that I'd point out that I really like. I love this leather bib stock. Sometimes it's kind of a plastic thing, at least on the older ones like mine. That's a nice, beautiful touch. And saddleman seat, you can't go wrong with that. This is low profile, but I know this is comfortable because I have a saddleman seat on my Dyna. It looks cool and it's comfortable as well. And we know the guy who used to own this bike is all about comfort. So if it's not comfortable, it ain't on the bike, even if it looks pretty. So one of my favorite bikes down here. And if you come down and ask to see the Bike of the Week, you'll get a free Biker Dad sticker. Our Back on Two story is a cautionary tale, something I've heard over and over again from countless motorcycle crash victims. And it's a problem that can haunt you long after the hospital stay and even long after your recovery.
Well, I was on my way to work. It was 6 o'clock in the morning. I had the green light. The other side was green with a caution for turning. The lady that I hit she made a left-hand turn right in front of me. There was no time to brake or stop. It was instant. Destroyed the bike. It fractured my ankle and dislocated it, and I've got 3 or 4 pins in it holding it together. My pelvis, as a result of hitting the gas tank as hard as I did, it open book fractured my pelvis. So to put it back together, I've got 4 pins in the front and I've got 2 in my back. I always just got the basic insurance on my vehicles, especially once they were 20 years old. It was just like, why cover it? So I just got basic liability, whatever the state wanted to cover me if I hit somebody else, because I knew my vehicle was done. It just was one of those things. But would this wreck happen because I didn't at least get the under or no insured motorist on my vehicle? If I'd have had that, it would have helped cover this accident. And because it didn't, I'm kind of on the back end of it. I don't have the kind of coverage for it that I should have had. Take the minute, spend the extra $5. That's all it costs us on our bikes, is the extra $5. That $5 will make a whole big difference in your mindset going down the road. mean, it's not just us on our bikes. We got to look out for our families at home they're the aftermath. You know, if I hadn't come home, I don't know what they would have done. I'm getting another one. And this next spring, I'm planning on getting back on it. I'm going to have to modify it, but I'm going to get back on one.
Getting your insurance evaluated is free and easy. If you need an expert to help you, hit me up. Just email me, chrisbest@tvbikerdad.com, or call me, 251-402-6392. This is Biker Dad, brought to you by the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers. Now, this week's Biker Dad Tech Tip. Biker Dad Tech Tip. This week's tech tip is something that Neil, the master tech at Mobile Bay Harley-Davidson, told me I should take care of the day he found out I bought this used 2009 Harley-Davidson Electra Glide. But did I listen to his advice? Nope. And I paid the price, and so did my motorcycle. On the way to Sturgis, Kentucky, something crazy happened, and I happened to be rolling live on Facebook when it did.
You all heard that, but I have no idea what that noise was. Second something. Oh, my entire bag came off. Lost my saddlebag in the road. Came right off. Heard a skidding noise and
My hard saddlebags packed with all of my expensive camera equipment just went flying off the bike at 70 miles per hour on a highway. I ended up making it to the Sturgis, Kentucky rally just fine, having my bag bungee corded to the back of my bike. I eventually zip tied them so I could continue on my way to New York and find a permanent solution. So you guys may have been riding along with me live on Facebook when my saddlebag decided to fall off. The original Harley-Davidson saddlebag fasteners are these twisty, wiry things which hold the bags on just fine, but the design was prone to user error, and as a user who's prone to error, they finally caught up to me. But the solution is simple, and we are going to replace them with these simple screw-in fasteners that never fail, are a lot less likely for a user like me to commit an error like this. Well, anyway, that happened in Sturgis, Kentucky. I don't know how many hundreds of miles away I am now. I'm in Binghamton, New York, and the saddlebag's been zip tied on to make it here this far. And I just came to Southern Tier Harley-Davidson, and they're gonna install these new clips for me that bolt on and screw on and don't fall off. Now, this is really a job that's easy enough to do yourself, but I'm more than 1,000 miles from home, and with one mishap under my belt already, I'm not taking any chances. Now, Southern Tier Harley is one of those smaller dealerships where everybody's hands-on and really friendly. Matt Skinner, the general manager himself, helped me put these bags on and make sure they don't ever come back off. Yeah, I had that one bent up, so I couldn't even get it back on there. I got run over by a car. So this is pretty easy, simple fix.
So yeah, should be just a few minutes. We're gonna replace this clip in the bracket, this Zeus fastener clip, with a threaded clip, and then thread our saddlebag hardware. Yeah, they use this design for like 15 to 20 years, and now the new design actually mirrors that hardware, so it's nice. Yeah. Sometimes a little persuasion.
Awesome, thank you.
Yes, we're going to make a comeback down there.
They're not coming off now.
Hey everybody, April Vale here, Miss Heels on Wheels. We're trying to do something new, all right? We decided we're gonna take you a behind the scenes look at how we do a centerfold photo shoot for our Thunder Roads, Tennessee, Kentucky magazine. This bike, if you don't know, is infamously seen all over the United States at every bike rally. And we have been trying to pin the owner down to see if we could put it in a photo shoot. We finally showed up here in Sturgis, Kentucky on a whim with no plans. And lo and behold, here it is. Look at it. We also found a beautiful model walking around. We just snagged her up, put her in that little cowgirl hat and locked her in and said, let's do this shoot. She was so sweet to do it for us.
Kind of go up, legs cross, kind of grab your hat, kind of do the, you know what I'm talking about?
Hey, I'm Steve. I'm with Thunder Roads Magazine, Tennessee and Kentucky. We're doing a photo shoot with Jack's awesome bike that has been seen around the nation, on Facebook posts, on everywhere that you would want to see a bike. This bike stands out. Can't miss them. The bikes are easy because there's so many great looking bikes. It's just finding the owners of them. So please send in to let us know who you are with what bike you have. And finding the models is sometimes easy, sometimes hard. Here at Little Sturgis, we had an easy time finding the right girl.
Jack Johnson from North Mississippi, right? He works for Light Rider LED from out of Alabama. How this bike came about?
Well, my son has Williams syndrome, and he works for Haunted Castle, and he's owned several masks, and I had them all painted on there as kind of like a tribute to my son for his love of clowns. He loves it.
Does he love it? I bet he does.
It draws a crowd everywhere it goes. People love it. A lot of people that don't even like clowns still say, I want to take pictures of it, send to people that's scared of clowns or whatever. But yeah, and then the story behind it, everybody kind of gets behind it, and I have a lot of followers and people that show love for it to my son. It's just humbling for sure that the people actually, you know, like it, and my son enjoys it too.
So watch for Thunder Roads, Tennessee, Kentucky in our October issue, obviously.
That's it for this week's episode of the Biker Dad TV show here from Myrtle Beach. Until next time, please look twice for motorcycles.